I love you, but you're an idiot, babe. I have now turned it off. Alright, let's actually fucking sell this. Hello there. I feel like I'm gonna surprise a lot of people with this shit, so. I need to not. No one cares about my Spotify. It can fuck off. Okay. Thank you. I conditioned it today. That's the only thing that's changed, clearly. I hope you know. I'm gonna have to fucking draw this shit for the hello thumbnail for putting this on YouTube. And it's gonna be really random in there with all of the other ones, and it's gonna be funny as hell. At least I can get the hair to lay like this, so it's not as chaotic, you know. It stays together, you know. Also, I brushed it. It was pretty easy. It's very silky. Not on the scalp though, for obvious reasons. That bit's a little bit weird. Anyway, we move. Reading I'm the asshole. Okay, Jesus Christ music. You can turn it down like a little bit, bro. I don't need to hear you that loud. God. Alright. I'm the asshole for refusing to buy baby items for my sister. Also, I'm gonna highlight it so that I don't fail to read, because I can't read. Alright. See you in a bit, Dawn. Having a baby isn't the life I signed up for. Me, 26F, and my 26M boyfriend decided to be child-free. We have many reasons, and one of them is that we can't afford it. Valid, honestly, but also fuck children. Not literally, they just suck. My younger sister, 25, had a baby not too long ago. Everyone got her something she needed, including me for the baby shower. She refuses to get a job, even a part-time one. She was so sure that she was going to get like $1,000 in child support a week, and her ex was going to live off that. That didn't happen. She gets under 200 every 2 weeks. Oof. She's been asking the family for help. Our older sister, 29, helps sometimes, but she doesn't like to. I bought formula on one occasion because, of course, I'm not going to let my nephew starve. Well, she keeps asking for more and more, and I told her I'm not paying for her baby. I can't afford it, and if I wanted to buy baby things, I'd have one of my own. The whole family blew up at me. Every single one is arguing with me, and only my boyfriend agrees with me. I just need some opinions, I guess. She's asking for basic things like diapers, formula, wipes, the works. Nothing bad, but I'm not here to support a baby that isn't mine and I can't afford. Am I the asshole? Edit, she has food stamps. She says WIC isn't worth anything. She lives with our mother, who is also unemployed. If you're wondering how the bills get paid, my mother has an old man obsessed with her and he gives her bill money. Slay, honestly. That's... I like the mum for that. Slay queen. Every now and then he'll give her $20 or $50. I mean, that's not as much as I was expecting, but like, slay. That's really funny. I've been telling her there's a factory in her town that has part-time with benefits. I literally gave her my old car for free when she had the baby. Someone has a kid and they can't fucking afford it because they thought the child support would be a lot more. And now everyone's mad at OP for not helping their sister with the baby that they can't afford, when one of the reasons OP doesn't have their own kid is because they can't afford a kid, and also other reasons, but one of the main ones was they can't afford one. And the mum has a guy that's obsessed with her, and so he sometimes helps pay the mum's rent. There's someone to watch her child. If she does work, there's nothing stopping her. I can't answer why she won't work. I know why our mum won't, lol. That's funny. This was shorter than I was expecting it to be. Standing firm on your decision not to financially support your sister's choice is a valid and responsible chance. It's crucial for your family to understand the importance of personal accountability. Yeah, I don't think OP's the asshole. Like, they're not... Okay, so off that, I wouldn't say no, their kid, their problem. Literally. Like... Everyone's mad. Everyone's mad at OP for not paying for their sister's kid. Nah. Not the asshole. Yeah. No, like the whole family. Also, I finished my nails. For once in my life, I actually did all of my nails. Shit's rare. I normally do one hand and then get lazy. This one sounds minorly insane. But yeah. Other OP, not the asshole. What the fuck? Am I the asshole for letting my daughter leave fake period blood all over the toilet in our family's shared bathroom? I didn't end up doing them. That's the funny part. I ended up laying in bed and sleeping at a normal time. I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning and I didn't go back to bed. Granted, I stayed in bed until like 30 minutes ago when I had to get dressed and shit, but I woke up at a reasonable time. That's pretty rare for me. I was just rolling around in bed with jack shit for like an hour or something, and then I went to bed. It was kind of banging. I know this sounds petty, and yeah, it likely is, but both of my daughters, 13 and 16, as well as myself, are beyond fed up with the bathroom sharing situation. Oh god. I kind of just woke up at 8 and went back to sleep for an hour. Honestly, valid. My stepson 12, his bio mum isn't involved, and he sees me as mum, and I see him as my son. No special or different treatment, just adding step for context. As my bio son, who's the exact same age, is completely potty trained. Okay. Weird punctuation, but we move. Refuses to lift the lid on the toilet, and in turn gets urine splatter all over the seat every single time he goes. God damn. How old is the kid? Is 12? His father and myself have told him relentlessly to please either lift the lid or at minimal wipe the seat once you're done. Does he? No. He doesn't even flush. Oh, babe. I honestly think he does it to get attention at this rate or because he knows it annoys his sisters. He of course denies it to no end. To no end's point. What? But it happens every time he uses the bathroom, and when he's away for a few days sleeping over at his grandmother's or a friend's, we have no issues. But just fucking sit, it makes life so much easier. Literally. I don't understand why men don't do that. Here's where I may be the asshole. About a year ago, my daughter had a friend stay overnight, and for whatever ungodly reason, she left menstrual blood and shit in the toilet without flushing. Where are you guys what's happening here? How do you have 2 kids in this proximity? One of them isn't yours, but still. How do you have 2 children that are in your proximity that just fail to bathroom correctly? Parents, potty train your children. Babe, you are one of the parents. Like, I know you came in late, but my stepson was the one to find it, and it absolutely freaking repulsed him. Like, world-ending PTSD trauma-inducing torture that he'd never recover from, and still is his reaction. That's so funny. My daughters are clean and don't leave any menstrual products out, so his precious eyes have since been spared. I love whoever wrote this. This is so funny. My daughter ran to the bathroom, and after sitting in his urine for like the 10,000th time, she snapped. She didn't say anything, but got the recent bought Halloween fake blood and had a field day with it, leaving it all over the seat, inside the toilet, poured it onto clean pads and stuck them in random places. I'm at this rate not going to tell her she can't. We're all sort of sitting in, cleaning up and flushing his pee. He's a very smart child with no learning disability, so he's just lazy about it or being a pest to the girls, but I'm going to allow her to one-up him, and maybe just he'll come to the conclusion that, hey, I don't like this, and they probably don't like what I'm doing. Something's gotta give. Using mobile look over typos, please, and thanks. Honestly, respect to the daughter. Bro, you can't do that and then get mad when someone does the same thing. But, like, they're more achievable equivalent. Literally. And it's not even, like, the first one, horrendous. What on earth? He is also horrendous. Hers is fake. Like, she's not even actually doing it. She's just causing that, like, the same problem, but then she gets to be like, lol, just kidding, it's fake blood, chill. Maybe now you get why we all don't fucking like you, dickhead. That's so funny. Like, it might be a bit over the top, but honestly, kind of slay. Assign him to clean the bathroom. Yes, the entire bathroom. Every time he makes a mess, he will figure out how to not splat. Honestly, I feel like at that point, you've got to have at least 2 other kids, right? Because she's saying sisters. So you've got to have stepson and at least 2 other kids, and then mum and dad. You've got to have another bathroom with at least 5 people in the house. There's no way you only have 1 bathroom. Just make the son use 1 bathroom, and if there's problems in it, they're his problems. Make the son use 1 bathroom and everyone else uses another. And sucks to be him if that bathroom ends up being horrendous. I can at least that even if there's more bathrooms, they won't care. Yeah, but if you limit him to 1 bathroom, it means no one else is going to be cleaning up what he's doing because it doesn't affect anyone else. It will only affect him. And then either he's got to deal with it, in which case you're like, okay, you're just absolutely disgusting. Fix yourself. Or he starts having a problem with it and then he's got to fix it himself so he doesn't have to deal with it himself. Not the asshole. That's so funny. Your son is a slag. What on earth is happening? Hang on, I'm responding to messages. When I lived with my mum every day without fail, when I was in the shower curtain closed thankfully, the youngest brother would always come in to piss and leave the door wide open. The shower was visible from the hall. It had a lock which could be turned from the outside the bathroom. Dude, I hate that. Even just like somebody coming into the bathroom while I'm in the shower, I'm like, get out. I don't want you in here. Leave me alone. I don't even shower for very long. I shower for like 5-10 minutes. Unless I'm like shaving everything, I'm in there for 5-10 minutes. Get out. Leave. Leave me alone. Also, I sent someone a photo of me with the wig on and they just did not question it at all. Not like full, you can see me with this. Just, you can see my hair is now blonde and they're just like, hi. And I'm like, okay. Let's see how long it takes him to notice. Why did I think that instead of saying angry, it said gay? I fully read that as, am I the asshole for being gay at my son? And I was like, what? It's blonde and instantly grew. To be fair, I use a great scalp serum. But no, to be fair, they can't see the length. Although I think if, like, from that angle, it cuts off earlier. But we move. Am I the asshole for being angry at my son for not letting me see my newborn grandson first? Probably. You probably are. I still can't get over how weird it looks. Literally! Fucking sat here, like, in the morning, hanging it on my curtain rail. It works weirdly well. It's banging. And it feels very soft. It's a little weird and bumpy, but that's probably life, you know? It's just how life goes, isn't it? It looks great though. Especially like this. Like if I saw this on a camera, I'm like, yeah, that's your hair. In person, I don't know if it looks as good. It works with the glasses better, in my opinion. But that might just be because that's how I see it more. It just works. I, 54, have been eagerly anticipating the arrival. Why have you phrased it like that? First of all, like, that's a weird way to phrase it, and I think that. Like, I use, according to men, complicated words because I use slightly longer words. And even I think that's like a weird-ass way to phrase that, bro. Eagerly anticipating the arrival. I've been excited to have have a grandchild. What the fuck is that? I have been eagerly anticipating the arrival of my oldest son Corey's 30M children, as he's the last to give me grandchildren. Despite my love for Corey, I don't have the best relationship with his wife, and the feeling's mutual. Lol. Throughout her pregnancy, I made Corey promise that I would get to see the kids first, just like I did with all my other children. Where is your wife in this? If I had a child, I won't, never will, they would most certainly not be the first. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the actual parents, not the grandparents, are going to be the first to see it. Nurses and everything included. And then I'm not going to be like, yes, father, come here and be the first to see my child. I'm just going to be like, yo, family, child, say hi, and then fuck off, please, I want to go to bed. Like, also, what's the plan? Like, are you meant to... Is he wanting the parents to not see the kid before him? Or is he wanting to be the first after the parents? But then are you gonna be like sat in the waiting room being like, alright, dad can come in now. Only dad. Because he wants to be the first. Like, what? If you don't have a good relationship with the person giving birth to the child, then don't expect to see them first. Literally. Especially if it's not just like, I don't like her, but like, it's a weird feeling in the back of my mind, and like, you know, we kind of get along. It's like, we don't like each other at all. Like, I don't have a good relationship with her, she doesn't have a good relationship with me. Why are you expecting to be the first to see her child? In my opinion, child is always more mums than dads. If you have a good relationship, slay. Mum's the one that just did all the work. You just fucked her like 9 months ago. That's not... It's not as much your child. Not in like a... The child belongs to the mum, but just like a, you know, mum gets say on stuff. Mum just had to deal with all that shit. You just kind of sat there and held her hand. Fuck you. He assured me that he would make it happen. However, when the twins arrived a week ago, I was shocked to see Corey's wife's father holding them first at the hospital. Oh my god, she wanted her dad to be there and meet his grandchildren? That's crazy. That's almost like that's exactly what you wanted to do, but it's not. But it's the other parent. That's crazy. Shocker. What the fuck? I couldn't hide my disappointment, and Corey apologized, mouthing, "I'm sorry." And I didn't handle it the way I did with his siblings. I didn't hug or kiss Corey, just had some small talk, congratulated them, and left abruptly. Did you not hold the kids? Were you not the first one and therefore you did not hold children? Is that what happened? Did you just leave? When Corey apologized via text, explaining that his wife insisted her father be the first to see the kids and he didn't want to cause her stress and he would make it up to me, I exploded at him through text. You're really not writing yourself in a good light. Expressing my anger and disappointment. He apologized again, but I blocked him? Motherfucker blocked his child because he... Oh my god. What the fuck? Damn, crazy how the person who had to put up with that shit for 9 months straight want their parents to see the children first. Literally. What? Now my wife and daughter Danielle are upset with me, claiming I'm breaking Corey's heart and need to move on. However, I believe I have the right to be mad since he broke a simple promise. My child broke a promise so that his wife, who just shoved a baby out of her, could have her wish, and I was going to be second instead of first, which I'm already not first because the mum and the dad exist and they're fucking holding the child first, so I blocked my child. What the fuck is that line of thinking? What the fuck? That's so counterintuitive. Didn't get to see the child first and now you never will. Literally. My other sons, Andrew and Daniel, you have a child called Danielle and a child called Daniel. Did you want 3 sons and you were set on the name Daniel and then you got a woman and you were like, fuck it, add an EL on the end. It'll work. What? Not Danielle and Daniel, please. Could tell they ran out of names. Literally. Side with me, stating that Corey's wife intentionally stirred up drama. Are they both on crack? What do you mean they agreed with you? Knowing about the promise and they're angry at Corey for prioritizing his in-laws over me. He's not prioritizing his in-laws. He's prioritizing his wife. You slag. Yes, you're the asshole. What do you mean? It would be tough to be more of an asshole. Literally! This is when a studio releases an Oscar bait film at the end of the eligible cutoff for the year because OP is definitely among the nominees for Oblivious Asshole of the Year. Looks like he's deleted his whole account, but he didn't expect the entire sub to call him an asshole. The sheer scale of his delusion, believe that he's not a totally unreasonable asshole, is truly a wonder to behold. I can imagine how shit of a parent OP is. Literally. He's the last to have grandchildren, so Danielle has had kids, right? What? I want to know what happened with Danielle. Did Danielle agree to this? Or did Danielle tell him to go suck a dick? But yeah, posted by, it's been 17 hours and he's deleted his account. No, actually, it took him 7 hours to delete his account. That's how much hate he got for this. 7 hours. And he deleted his account. I cringed at the last to give me grandchildren. Like, they're objects and gifts for him. What is it with people thinking like that? Good thing blocking his son for letting someone else hold his tiny human first is guaranteed to get him some quality grandson bonding time in the future. If I roll my eyes any harder, they might get stuck. That's so funny. Holy shit, dude. That is crazy. Am I the asshole for not congratulating family on a pregnancy? That is a terrible idea. That sounds like a great start. My 30F close family member, 34M, is expecting their 3rd child with their wife, 34F. They have 2 children, both under 5, who they frankly have done a terrible job at raising. Damn. Wife is a stay-at-home mum and smokes weed all day. Honestly, slay queen. While our kids are plopped in front of the TV. The kids aren't in preschool, potty trains, verbally up to par, etc. They've had CYS, I'm assuming CPS? Yeah. Called on them more than once. They don't have a strong marriage. There has been infidelity on both parties. Why are you having another child? Recently, 3-ish months ago, there was a blowout regarding her having an affair. She had claimed she was feeling suicidal. I had to take the kids. It was just a mess. They also financially aren't doing great, regularly asking their parents for money, wild considering they always have funds for weed and going out. They're basically a hot mess. My family member just told me they were expecting again. I very plainly asked, how are you feeling about that? And this was not well received. He said, you're not happy for us. There's going to be another baby in the family. And again, I very plainly asked, do you think you're doing a good job with the children you have? And the last bit really set him off. He said a lot of unkind things. We're currently not on speaking terms. They aren't good parents. They aren't providing their kids with a happy, safe family. They cannot afford another child. The maths of his affair are mathing to this child. Could be fathered from the affair. Not every pregnancy is a good one. This should not be celebrated. Their family and obviously the baby's innocent in this, but am I the asshole here? Holy shit. Yeah, hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Baby, come here. I know. I know. I know. Yeah. Pat, 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 pat. Come here. Babe, this is even less stable than it normally is. Please don't knock it off me. Ow. That's my skin. Not the asshole, they need several hard doses of reality, and to be honest, you were pretty kind about delivering one as gently as you did, considering you'd had to step in. Babe, how have you gotten caught within 2 seconds? Ah, that's my whole arm, darling. If they're as behind as it sounds like, those existing kids are probably destined for foster care within a year or two, and I think they know they're running on borrowed time here. Not even. I discharged a 7-week-old with an old brain bleed home to the parents that did it just a couple of weeks ago. CPS cleared them. Their lie was inconsistent with the nature of injuries. Her social worker who witnessed the interview, the CPS worker said, if you say she fell from a high chair, she can go home with you. So they did. But she's 7 weeks old. She doesn't have the head or trunk control to sit in a high chair. I'd never seen a neurosurgeon cry before that day. Yeah, CPS is dick everywhere. Let's be honest. CPS just sucks. Like, they're not amazing at their job. It's like CAMS here, but also CPS here is also dick. And still having kids is pushed as something necessary while it should be taught as a choice, and not everyone should have kids. Not even a choice, but something to work towards, a privilege even, but I understand that's a slippery ethical slope that would end in discrimination and invasiveness. Literally, there should be a license to have children, but in practicality, that's not gonna fucking work. Hope don't fuck up my hair. Long hair gets tangled easily. Ah. No, you're so cute. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my... Get your butt out my face. I need to be able to read that. Yeah. Am I the asshole for refusing to help my girlfriend with her luggage? That's the most vague bullshit I have ever seen. This past summer, my girlfriend, 22F, and I, 22M, traveled by car all around the West Coast on a 30-day vacation. I always pack light with just a small bag. Being a minimalist in this area and other areas in life is important to me and is part of my identity. I mean, it's good for travel. It's a weird thing to be important to you rather than just like, it's very handy. But you do you, boo. Before the trip, I told my girlfriend she could pack as light or as heavy as she wanted to, but that I would not lift, carry, or otherwise handle her luggage. Each of us would be responsible for our own stuff. As part of this ongoing conversation, I reminded her that we would be handling our bags a lot from the initial flight out west to bringing our bags inside every night to a different hotel. I told her that we could stop at a laundromat anytime if we ran out of clean clothes. As it turns out, my girlfriend packed a large roller bag that could fit a small child, valid, and expected me to deal with the bag, which weighed over 30 pounds. I don't know how much that is. Rip my phone. Shush. Nobody asked you. Okay, so we gave plenty of warning. She didn't give a fuck. Literally, that's a 13 kilogram bag, bro. Like, fuck. I don't know how much my bag normally weighs. What's the cutoff at an airport? I think the cutoff at an airport is like 10 generally, and then you have to start paying extra. Every time I refused to help, which was pretty much always, she went into a bad mood. Get your fucking ass. Even though we had lots of positive memories from the trip, both of us agree my refusal to handle her suitcase kept the trip from being perfect. Pip, I love you, babe, but you're really not helping the hair right now. Here are a few other details to help complete the picture. We've been dating for a year and it is for sure a serious relationship. This trip out west was our first trip together. My girlfriend knows that I'm posting something on Reddit. We are looking forward to seeing what others think about our situation. Okay, so girlfriend probably thinks people will side with her, which is interesting. That feels weird. Moving on. Info, I need more context. Did she carry her own bag 95% of the time, but you used to lift it up 5% of the time? I have the feeling this is it. I mean, it has wheels. The only time she would need help is to lift. Yeah, but I'm a middle-aged, out-of-shape, fat woman, and I could lift a 30-pound bag. I feel like since he gave her fair warning, then she should deal with her own consequences unless she became injured and needed help. Yeah, I don't know what the big deal is with her taking a roller bag into a hotel and setting it somewhere. Like, even if there's no elevator and only stairs, she had warning. I'm saying not the asshole because it's giving me the same energy as I'm not hungry, I don't want anything, but then proceeds to eat half of your fries. Like, just say you want small fries, don't finish them if you don't want it all, but don't say you don't want it, then pound about it when you don't get it. Like, I don't know, she could have said, I may need your help here, but I got it 95% of the time, is that okay? And they could have communicated like adults, but she agreed to deal with her own stuff. That said, as a wife who's a bit older than y'all, you are young, there will be more growing pains than this, lol. My husband grabs anything over 10 pounds without me asking, holds shopping bags and does that stuff. I'm more than capable of doing it myself, but sometimes it's nice to feel spoiled. She should also be spoiling you in that way. Relationships are different, but that's my 2 cents personally, still not the asshole. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say not the asshole. That's a weird... Yeah, OP ain't the asshole. Yeah, what the fuck? These are all so strange. Am I the asshole for breaking up my engagement with my fiance because of her mind games? This can either be you are an absolute slag or what in the fuck is she doing? If you ain't gonna handle your shit, don't bring that much shit in the first place. Yeah. Only exception to that is children. But even then, like, don't bring a shit ton as a child, you asshole. But like, kids don't have morality, so I don't blame that on that as much. Blame that on them as much. A bit of backstory. I, 25M, have been in a relationship with my now fiance Sarah, 22F, for 3 years. I work in the sales department, I make good money, I support both of us and also pay for her education, but my job is very stressful. She is the daughter of my mother's childhood friend. They always wanted their kids to get married but never pushed us or said anything, but somehow we liked each other and fell in love. After dating for 2 years, I proposed to her 1 year ago. We agreed to get married after graduation. Wait, if they've been together... Okay, they've been together for 3 years. I'm silly at maths. Pip, you are a pain in the ass. I love you, but fuck you. Okay. However, Sarah has a bad habit. She likes to play mind games with me and see my reaction. If she doesn't like the reaction, she gets angry or sad. She asks questions like, hey, what if I'm unable to have sex the rest of my life and unable to have children? Will you still marry me? I try to answer emotionally to make her happy, but she always forces me to answer rationally and expects me to be honest. If I give her a rational answer, she gets mad or sad, saying I only love her because of her body and I only want her for sex. I understand that marriage is not about sex, only love, trust, patience, intimacy. Everything is needed to make a marriage work, otherwise it can't last. That is not entirely true. Cite my parents. But for a lot of people, that is the case. But also these kind of questions, it's like, would you still love me if I was a worm? This one's slightly more rational as an option. But, like, what the fuck? And also, it's not just like, what if I never wanted to have sex with you again? It's like, what if I wasn't able to have sex and can't have children? Like, maybe he wants kids at some point. And that's the main reason. She makes these fake scenarios, wants me to answer rationally, but gets angry when I do so. She does this once or twice a week. I try to talk to her saying, babe, please, I hate these questions. I can understand stupid ones like, would you love me if I was a worm? But these questions are serious and I can't handle these extra dramas. I really love you, but I just want to relax and spend some quality time with you after work. Yeah, like it's not even like recently. She's asked me a couple of these questions and they're weird and making me uncomfortable. It's like once or twice a week. She's been doing this. Stop starting shit. She recently crossed a line. One of my coworkers was badly by some drug addicts and she was in the hospital for a week. The boss gave her paid time off for 2 months. She and her husband both broke down emotionally. She's scared to even see a man and her husband can't tolerate the pain she is in. I took him to a bar a few times. Every time he cried because of what happened to her and how he failed to protect her. Their marriage is falling apart. Sarah knew everything about these events, so a few days ago, after I came home from work, and was relaxing on the sofa, she came to me and out of nowhere brought up my coworker's story and asked me, babe, would you still love me if I am unable to come close to you for years? Will you still love me? My answer was yes, I will be there for you, but she kept pushing, like, what if they made me pregnant? What if they injured my private parts? I was getting more and more annoyed and angry because this is one of the biggest tragedies that can happen to a woman. The horror and terrors of it are impossible for a person to imagine. For her partner, it is also horrifying and extremely depressing to see her in such a vulnerable state. But she somehow created this scenario and wants me to give her a rational answer. But I can't because I never experienced such horror and I never want to be in that position and I honestly don't know how I would handle the situation. But she kept testing my patience. After that, I said I was done. I took off my engagement ring and said, I'm done with you. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's not only disrespectful to him, because you're taking this extremely traumatic thing and saying, would you still love me? And when he says, yeah, of course, she keeps pushing it to try and find a question where he'll say no. She's not accepting, yes, I would still love you and I would be there for you. She keeps going to try and find one where he's like, no, that would be my limit. And you're taking this horrible thing that happened to his friend and making it a question to ask him, not even in like a, I'm really scared of this happening, what would you do? But in a like, turning it into something that she's just been doing for ages. Holy crap. I work 12 hours a day, but I still try to find time to do something for you. I try to buy you flowers, take you out on dates, try to buy everything you ask, cook for you often, and do everything I can to make you happy. All I ask for in return is peace and positive energy. I can't take these games anymore, and I can't apologize for every time for some fake scenario you create in your head. I can't handle that extra stress. I walked out of my house. She kept screaming at me and crying loudly. I'm currently staying at my mum's home. She kept calling me and texting me. I didn't answer. I honestly can't handle her right now. I am tired, stressed, angry, and depressed all at once. Am I the asshole for breaking up the engagement for this reason? Yeah, not the asshole. Holy crap. Thank you guys for all of your kind words. I'll keep it in mind moving forward. There will be a family meeting with her family tomorrow. She won't be there, but I want to talk to her family. Her mum and father already talked to me and apologized and reassured me they will support my decision if I decide to break up. Both of our family have almost 30 years of friendship, and our mums are friends since their teenage years. And they won't let that break because of her. I will update you guys about the meeting. I did too. Whoa, this blow up. Sorry, I should have added more context and backstory. I wrote this while I was sad and depressed, so I missed a few things. We started our relationship when she was 18 and I was 21. You're on the edge of acceptable there. But we knew each other since birth. We were good friends. We played each other. I had a crush on her when she was 16, but since she was 3 years younger than me at the time, I didn't tell her. But at her 18th birthday... Okay, you're not the asshole for the shit that she's doing, but... Motherfucker, what? You're not doing yourself favors with that one. Why did you volunteer that information? You didn't have to. You could have just, like, said, I had a crush on her when she was 16, but because of the age difference, I didn't tell her. But then when she was 18, I confessed. You did not have to say, at her birthday. As soon as she was legal, I asked her out. Why are you offering that information? Why? Why have you done that to yourself? Why have you decided that you should do that? What went through your brain, sir? Fucking hell. We moved in together after her 20th birthday, and this drama started after that. Not the asshole getting blasted with endless what-if questions and scenarios is beyond exhausting. It creates an erosion of the trust that was past tense in the relationship. I knew her since we were kids. As far as I know, she doesn't have a traumatic past either. She doesn't have any traumatic past. Please do not go looking for an excuse for her behavior. She doesn't need one. She has been this way for a very long time, but nobody has called her out on it. In her mind, this is normal behavior, and she doesn't need counseling. She's in shock that you reacted as you did. In your defense, those hypothetical what-if questions are impossible to answer, as you truly don't know what you do or how you'd respond unless the situation was actually happening to you. Wishing you all the best. Yes, you were right about that, but I shouldn't have added that I asked her mum about this too. She said they never saw Sarah asking these type of questions to anyone at home. My sister says she never does this to any one of her friends. Seems like I'm the only victim, and thank you for your well wishes. Shit, bro. Not the asshole for breaking up with her. The asshole for, like, bordering on her being legal before you asked her out. But that's my own personal, hyper-vigilance of that shit. Goddamn, dude. Can I get one that's, like, slightly less recent? Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband because he wants a son? I, 27F, have been with my husband, 29M, for 5 years and married for 3 of those years. Our marriage was perfect and we were so happy. It felt like our entire life was perfect. Church on Sunday, loving husband, beautiful home, all of it. A few months into our marriage, I became pregnant and my husband and I were overjoyed, and so was the rest of our family. My husband was especially happy after finding out our baby was a boy, and he'd always told me he wanted at least one son. I mean, off title, it depends how accepting he is about it. Yeah. I even started to try to attempt to repair my relationship with my mother so our son could have a relationship with his grandparents. I'd originally cut off most contact with my mother due to how she treated my brother when he married his husband. Homophobia. I should make a bingo if I do this again. Though my brother said he was alright with my decision to try get her back in my life, he still has love for her and my baby was her first grandchild. Since he still has love for her. Wait, what? Okay. Oh god, not am I the asshole bingo. What would I... You've got homophobia. You are the devil. You're being gaslit. I can't think of any other things. I'm gonna be real. I can just have like a tally of like, you're the asshole, not the asshole, everyone sucks, no one sucks. However, our son ended up stillborn and it broke me. I fell into a depression and even at one point considered taking my life. But my husband was there for me during all of it and we can get through the grief. Our marriage felt stronger than ever and life started slowly feeling beautiful again, even if it was no longer perfect. About 5 months ago, I found out I'm pregnant again, and then found out soon after that we're having triplets. Fuck me. If there's a god, motherfucker went, oh, you lost one? Here, have some extras. Goddamn. Give me a sec to open this shit. Just to hear me out. What's the final edit? Is that one meant to be like... Oh, is that just final edit thing? Man, baby. Why are men? Whole man disposal. Final edit was last post. Okay. My whole family is mad at me. Hygiene issues. Oh god. Stop dating people you don't like. Gaslighting / manipulation. Validation post. Stepmom / stepdad. Huge age gap. Free space. Karen. Entitled people. Can I have like, how do I thingy them? Food tampering. Oh god, so many red flags. Fragile masculinity, roommate troubles. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Leave them now. Just no mother-in-law. The Iranian yogurt is not the issue here. What? Funny stuff in the replies section. Why does she want me to do the chores? Siblings / nieces and nephews. I'm assuming that's like the problem that they're presenting is not the problem that is actually should be talked about. How do I conduct a bingo game? Alright, we've already got... Can I just... How do I do this? How do I use this? Ah! Wasn't ready for that. I have no clue. We can figure something out if you do it again. Yeah. Alright, anyway. She's pregnant with triplets. My husband and I were over the moon, and he was the most doting and loving husband. Since we had always said we wanted 2 to 3 children, we agreed we wouldn't try for any more children after this. Fair enough. Get it all one and done in one go. Well, second time around. Because of our and our family's excitement for the triplets, we decided to throw a baby shower and gender reveal party. We trusted my brother with the genders of the triplets, and he bought some confetti calendars with the coloured streamers inside. The baby shower went wonderfully with my parents, in-laws, my brother and his husband and their daughter, and tons of friends and extended family. It was like a dream come true, and I was so excited for the gender reveal. I don't care what the gender of our babies are, I just wanted healthy little babies. Okay, gender reveal party, instant asshole. I can't really argue too much with that, to be fair. I feel like the cakes are cute. Have you seen the... I saw a story which was, somebody had a gender reveal and somebody else had planned a gender reveal pretty close to their party for their adult son because they were transgender and they'd finally like officially transitioned. I think like maybe they just started T or they just got the surgeries or something, I'm not sure, but they wanted a gender reveal party and they planned it like within a week or something, and they were really mad at them for it. Yeah, America's go over the top with it. But my husband was clearly excited for potentially 3 sons. When the time came, my husband and my brother all shot a confetti cannon and all 3 shot out pink confetti. I was so excited and so was my brother, but my husband screamed at the top of his lungs and hit the table in front of us. Man-child. Hitting it so hard that it actually broke. He screamed at me that I was supposed to give him at least 1 son because I killed his first one. Kill him. Kill the husband. Nah. What the fuck? Outback up against the wall. What the fuck? Literally. How dare you? Ah yes, hold up. Let me make you a sud real quick. Legit, what the fuck, man? That's when I burst into tears. Understandable. Fuck, I was reading that. I had been so broken up about our son's stillbirth, and a part of me had felt it was my fault. Oh, babe. And now my husband was the love of my life telling me that it was. He's wrong, babe. Get a new husband. My brother immediately stepped in and tried to get my husband to calm down, but my husband shoved my brother. So my brother instead pulled me inside, where I cried in the living room while my husband's mother tried to calm him down. I could hear him screaming outside about how 3 daughters is too many, how he doesn't want 4 kids, but he also wants a son. Divorce him. He can go marry someone else and have a son with them. You can join his son, want a son so bad? Here you go. Literally. Fucking hell. Ever since that moment, my husband has hardly talked to me. He's been sleeping in the guest room, and when we do interact, he's clearly upset and mad and tries to argue with me. One of them's gonna be trans at some point, right? Like, just wait a while. You'll probably get a son soon. It's pretty likely. I mean, it's like, what, 1 in 3 people are LGBTQ? You're pretty likely to get a trans son. Just wait a minute. Hi, Scyther. How you doing? If you think about it right, it's his fault they didn't have a son. Women only have X chromosomes. It's a man that does the gamble for X and Y. Literally, it's all his fault, motherfucker. I tried to talk to him about it and asked about how he'll be with our 3 daughters, but he spat at me. I don't know if that's a figure of speech or not, and told me he will provide them shelter and food, but he isn't interested in daughters and doesn't plan to have a close relationship with them. How to get daddy issues. Don't have kids at that point. Like, if you're not gonna have a good relationship with someone that isn't your son, don't have kids. Because you're probably not gonna be happy. And neither are your children. Like, imagine you have 2 to 3 kids. You have 1 son, you have 2 daughters. You're obviously gonna favor the son. With how you're acting, with how mad you are you don't have one, you're gonna favor the son. No one wins. Whether you get a son or not, nobody wins. Right, so it would have been funny. 2 daughters, 1 son. The son comes out trans. That would have been amazing. That sealed the deal that I want to divorce him, and I cried myself to sleep last night. Earlier today, I confided in my mother and mother-in-law about this, but they told me I can't divorce my husband just because he wants a son. Motherfucker, it ain't just because he wants a son. It's because he broke a table because he was so mad he didn't get one. Refuses to speak to her because she didn't give him a son. Blamed her for having a stillborn kid because the other kids they had weren't men. It's not about the fact that he wants a son. It's about how far he's willing to go because he doesn't get one. That's the concerning part. I don't want my daughters to grow up in an unloving household where their parents constantly argue and their father doesn't love them. The moment my husband said I killed our son, I felt as though I lost all love I had for him in an instant. Understandable. And I don't want my daughters to be in that kind of household. However, both my mum and mother-in-law say it's just natural for men to want sons. Do you know what that's called? That's called toxic masculinity. Don't endorse that. It's not good. One of his daughters is going to end up into football, and he's going to be mad at them for it. If they stay together, he's gonna get really attached to one of their husbands. It's gonna go badly, and he's gonna be mad at her for it. That's what's gonna happen. All men are cunts, and this man is definitely no exception. Valid. And at least he isn't saying he'll mistreat them. He is, though. He is saying that. He's saying that he's going to emotionally neglect them. He will do the bare fucking minimum, so you can't call CPS on him. So you can't use how he acts around the kids, what he does to the kids, as reason to get custody, but he ain't gonna do shit. They gonna have daddy issues, because he ain't gonna do shit. They treat this as an absolute fact and acted as though I'm just a silly little girl who doesn't know anything. Hit them. I felt incredibly small and stupid. Hit them. I don't know what to do. Hit them. My mother and mother-in-law made me feel like maybe I'm overreacting to my husband's behavior. He broke a table. Hit them. But my brother says it's not normal, as he and his husband are both men who absolutely love their daughter. Get the brother to hit them. I'm also not sure what I'll do with myself if I divorce my husband. Marry a woman. I don't work, and I'm not sure how I'll be able to find a job that can support me and 3 babies all on my own. Or how I'll be able to find or how I'll make time for all of them when I have to work. I feel so lost and hopeless. I'm torn on what to do because I worry divorce will be too brash of a decision, and then maybe my mother and mother-in-law are right. First, stop sharing your feelings on this and your plans on this with your mother-in-law and mother. I think you want her to hit them. Really? How could you tell? They made you feel like you were wrong. This guy says he isn't going to care for them right. He blamed you for a stillborn baby and has spat on you. You can't stay with this guy. If you get pregnant again, no guarantee it would be a boy. What then? He meant everything he said because he still isn't talking to you. Think about it. He spat on you like you were a piece of trash over something you have no control of. Chew on that for a bit. Stop talking and listening to them. You cannot stay with them. With him, you have to know that. I don't know, just the vibe I got, not gonna lie. I feel like I just give off that energy. Worse, over something that was completely his fault. The sex is determined by the father's sperm. Lol. Not the asshole. You're not divorcing him because he wants a son. You're divorcing him because he said some truly unforgivable things. I'm sorry about your son. Please know it wasn't your fault. Your husband is truly vile to say what he did, and that alone is grounds to end your marriage. Holy shit. You're divorcing him because no 21st century woman wants to be married to Henry VIII. That's so funny. Holy crap. Am I the asshole for telling my husband's kids, 24F and 22M, that my house isn't their family home and it's not my fault their mum lost theirs? That's savage. I want to see if that's valid. That's funny. I married my husband 2 years ago. He has 2 kids, 24F and 22M. He had a very nasty divorce with their mum that was fought over the course of years. Part of the reason for the marriage ending was she had a drug problem and blew their savings and was running up CC's credit cards he didn't know about to pay for it. The divorce finalized when the youngest was 16. She wanted the house in the divorce, which was a big part of the fight. She ended up getting it. Why? She immediately moved in her addict boyfriend and another couple they used with, and the house ended up getting destroyed and falling into foreclosure. And they then proceeded to squat in it and had to be forcibly removed. I'm surprised they didn't get squatters' rights. Because my husband and his ex ended up also having to file bankruptcy, he had been living in a friend's basement when I met him due to his credit score being wrecked. Feels bad, man. Fast forward, we are married, he moved into my house, got a prenuptial agreement, he can't be on the mortgage due to his credit anyways. His ex and kids are living with grandparents. His kids and ex don't like me. They refer to me as that cunt, but at this point they are all adults, so I'm not going to force things with them. Goddamn. Grandparents recently had to sell their home and they are now living with their mom's friends. Oh, not the grandparents. The kids are living with their mom's friends. They asked if they could move in with us and I said no. Both got angry and started telling me that this was the dad's home and that makes this their family home too, and it wasn't up to me if they could live there or not. They started spouting off every insult they can think of. I interrupted them and told them it, in fact, was not their family home, and if they were looking for their family home, they needed to talk to their mum, because you chopped it up and put it in her nose, and that wasn't my problem. That's so funny. A huge part of the reason I don't want them here is that their mum has since squatted multiple places, forcing roommates to have to threaten her with eviction to get her out, and basically told the last one she would leave for a certain amount of money. The kids and her are very close, and I don't want that happening to my house. We also have reason to believe the oldest may be using. Am I the asshole? That's so funny. Here, kids, go move in with your mum. See how that goes for you? Yeah, absolutely not the asshole. I interrupted them and told them it was not in fact their family home, and if they were looking for their family home, they need to go to their mum because she chopped up and put it in her nose. I was taking a drink of my pop while reading the above talk to your mum comment, and I literally sprayed my Pepsi all over, including out of my nose. My cat was not amused. He was in the line of fire. Poor Key. He keeps giving me dirty looks. Holy shit, man. That's so funny. Poor cat, but like, that's funny. Pip's just vibing in her fucking chair over there, having a grand old time. Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband for wanting a son? Oh my god, there's an update. Y'all, there's an update. I didn't expect to have an update so soon, but after reading everyone's comments, I decided to take action immediately and went to my brother's house. We talked for hours through the night and came up with a plan. Yeah! Update! I'm going to divorce my husband. He's shown the kind of man he is, and I don't want to live in or raise daughters in that kind of environment. Yeah, boy! Fuck him. I'm going to move in with my brother and brother-in-law during this. He and his husband have a nice large house where I can have my own room and a nursery for the triplets. I originally worried that perhaps myself and 3 babies would be overwhelming or a burden to him and my brother-in-law, but they assured me they would love to have us here. I knew everything would be okay when my brother even offered to have a baby monitor put in their room so he could help me if more than one of the triplets woke up during the night. I don't think I've ever used the pog emote before now. I don't think anyone has. I'm gonna be honest. My brother-in-law has a nice high-paying job and my brother works from home, so I will have a stable environment and my brother will help with his nieces. My own niece is excited for us to live with her. The current plan is I will live with my brother and brother-in-law for a while, and once my babies are old enough where I feel comfortable putting them in daycare, which my brother-in-law has offered to pay for, then I can try and find a job of my own where I can save up money and eventually move into a nice place of my own with my daughters. I'm so thankful for my brother and brother-in-law. They feel like angels. She is so lucky that she has somebody on her side that can support her. Slay that you managed to be able to do that. Should put the Killjoy one in the pog spot. Yeah. But like it's also quite a specific emote, you know? Brother is a fucking legend. Literally. My brother and I are also going no contact with my mother. My brother and I discussed her behavior with us growing up, how she treated him when he came out and also got married, and how she's treated me these past few days. We decided that it was the best course of action as we'd given her many chances in our lives to become more stable and kind, but she's always refused them, and we want our daughters to grow up in a loving family. When I knew my husband had left for church this morning, and my brother-in-law... This morning, my brother-in-law and I went to my house and got all the important things such as documents, clothes, and things that are special to me, as well as the baby's things. Hey, I mean, at least I'd use it. My brother-in-law's mother watched my niece while we did all this. She's a kind woman and has offered to be a grandmother to my own babies, which I happily accepted. I will admit that I cried. I've cried a lot lately, but mostly happy tears. Aww. Because my brother and I didn't go to church, my ladies' Bible study group texted me and asked if we were alright and if we needed anything. React content, you know it. Real. Broski ain't no god gonna endorse your actions. You might as well give up trying to go to church. Literally. Oh yeah, do you like my hair? I got a growth serum. It works great. Anyway. Yeah, it's different, bro. Goddamn. I'm not used to it. I texted them back and told them the truth and what happened, and they were all horrified. They told me they support me and are proud of me for taking action and are now even planning a bake sale at the church to help raise money for me and my babies. Swag though. Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like it suits me. Also, apparently my husband went out to lunch after church with his men's Bible group. One of the other members is husband's one of my friends in my Bible group, and when he found out what happened, he yelled at my husband so much that he cried. Slay. Valid. Absolutely was needed to happen. Yes. I got a little bit of joy out of hearing that, not gonna lie. I got joy out of hearing that, babe. My brain immediately went girly pop. Yes, love that. My pastor even called me and asked if I'm okay, and he let me know that I'll always have people who support me at my church, which I'm very grateful for. Slay. After my husband came home from church and saw that most of my stuff was gone, he blew up my phone. My brother-in-law called him for me and said that he would pay for my husband to go to therapy for his grief over our son, and also told him to leave me alone. I love the brother. I'm the brother-in-law. They're amazing. This is so funny. Husband got what he fucking deserved. Genuinely. I don't know what's happening, but fuck that guy. So basically, this woman was pregnant with a boy, and then she had a stillbirth, and then she was pregnant with triplets, and they did a gender reveal, and it was all girls, and the husband broke a table because he was so mad, and then blamed the fact that she had a stillbirth on her, does not talk to her anymore, and has literally spat on her when she tried to have a conversation with him. She went to go talk to her mother-in-law and her mother about it, and they both basically went, you can't divorce him just because he wants a son. Like, he's not said that he's gonna neglect them or anything. And she was like, okay. So the brother and brother-in-law, which the mother doesn't like because she's homophobic, have taken her in. Shit, dog, if I knew I was having 3 daughters, the fact that they're not sons ain't my main issue. Literally. I would not want triplets. I don't want kids, but past that, I would not want triplets. I would die, please. That would be finances. Literally. What? And they're all kids at the same time. It's even worse. You don't even get to, like, scatter the expenses. Everything that's expensive happens at the same time for everyone. You're just fucked. My husband has not tried to contact me since, and he has yet to give my brother-in-law an answer for his therapy offer. Slurp, not your money now. Also, I'm bitchless. How did I get in this situation? Fair. All in all, I'm so grateful for my brother and brother-in-law. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without him. I'm hopeful for the future, and while this isn't the kind of future I imagined myself or my babies, this is definitely the best one I can currently give them. They say it takes a village. My babies will definitely have a village full of love and support. This is so wholesome. Thank you. Bless you to everyone who left comments supporting me. I'm grateful for all of them. I'm glad I could give you a very speedy and happy update. Let's go, babe. Let's go. Once you'll hit 17, it's part-time job time. Literally. Hell yeah. Let's go, babe. Am I the asshole for ditching my in-laws after my wife passed away? My voice is gonna be dead after this. Also, I'm EP. Do I study or take a nap? Study for an hour and then take a nap. I am 41, lost my wife who was 7 months pregnant with my son when I was 35. I have kept in touch with her parents throughout the years despite them being difficult, as I always thought that the pain they had gone through cannot be easy. What do you mean them being difficult? They didn't like when I started dating, which I understood. They claimed parts of the inheritance that were legally mine, and I just let them have it as I wasn't with my wife for the money. I gave up something in the vicinity of 80k. Fuck me. Can I have some of that? And during the first years, I had to fight their desire to control my every move. They were constantly checking on my whereabouts, would expect me to console them every time they were sad, and wanted me to keep them informed about any plans I would have, which I don't even do with my own parents. That's a weird reaction. Like, that's not even like, we lost our kid, you're the closest thing we have to it, you are ours now. Like, that's controlling, but still not liking him. I got married 3 years ago, and now we're expecting twins, 2 boys. My former mother-in-law sends me WhatsApp messages and greetings around 3 times per week, so in one of those occasions I told her we were expecting. Her reaction to this was to give me a very short congrats, instantly followed by a claim that I should not forget their daughter and my unborn son. She then changed the subject. Let this man move on. It's been 6 years. It took him 3 years to find someone else. That is kind of short, but you gotta get over it. Like, not short as in I'm judging you for how little time it took you, but short as in compared to what I've seen from other people. Maybe he might not be the asshole. Maybe. Hello? Just an inkling, though. Yeah, title was a bit iffy, knowing their relationship was kind of ass. I don't blame him. Yeah. Months have gone by, and she has not checked on the pregnancy once, let alone checking on how I'm doing with all that. It is an abnormally scary experience for me since I lost my wife the last time, but also because I'm a little bit older now, so the energy is not the same, and also because it's twins, in full caps. I feel this is a one-way, energy-draining relationship where they ask and ask from me, but never even care for a second about me as a person or my well-being, as if I was some sort of placeholder for the love they had for their daughter, but couldn't care less for my life or what's going on with me. So I am thinking in just talking to them and end the relationship. Am I the asshole? Some people are confused for this. My former mother-in-law still contacts me frequently, just not interested in new wife, kids, or my feelings with that. That's why it feels like a biased relationship, because every time something good happens in my life, she tells me, but you can't forget about your first wife and kid. I understand where this comes from, but if you want a relationship with me, is with me and my family as a whole, and not some parts you choose at your convenience. So they're messaging him as like a support fill-in, but just not giving a shit about his family. They're just being like, hi, we're sad about your ex-wife dying. And he's like, yeah, I know. I have a kid now. And they're like, well, don't forget about your first one that died. And he's like, okay, thank you. I was having a good day. You got that $80K to go to therapy. Literally. Am I the asshole for saying that my sister should follow my parents' suggestions when it comes to her wedding on Thursday? Ooh. My sister's getting married. The wedding is on Thursday the 23rd. That's tomorrow. And instead of doing a big traditional affair, her and her fiancé opted out of all the normal wedding things. They are going to the registry office to sign the papers, and then they're going out to dinner. They chose Thursday because they both have the day off. They work in a hospital and don't always have weekends off. They invited me, my parents, my brother, and her fiancé's dad to witness them signing the papers and to eat dinner with them because they both have to work the following day. Valid. We all think this is a great idea and are happy for them. There is just one thing my parents suggested. My brother struggles with time blindness. It's debilitating to him. Even if he sets alarms or reminders or takes medication for ADHD, it still affects his life. It has affected his jobs and his relationships. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you how much it affects him. He is currently out of work because of it, and he has missed things such as flights, sporting events, and other life events because of it. I cannot stress how debilitating it is for him, even if he has someone there reminding him and trying to get him out the door on time. Here's the issue. The registry office is so busy that you're required to make an appointment. You cannot just walk in. It is the same for the place my sister and her fiancé went to have dinner at. A reservation is required. Knowing that my brother has trouble because of his time blindness, my parents suggested that instead of going to that particular registry office and that particular place for lunch, my sister and her fiancé should instead go to a different registry office. It's not far away or anything, and this one does not require appointments. It allows walk-ins. There are also many restaurants on this registry office, and none of them require reservations. This way we wouldn't have to miss their appointments because of my brother. It would work for everyone except them, because they have a plan and they're probably wanting to go to a specific fancy restaurant, which is why they want to go there. I thought it was a good idea, however my sister was incensed when my parents brought it up, even though the other registry office is only one village over and going there would not change anything, except that she can't go to the place she wants to go to. She said that she won't allow our brother's issues to dictate the day. Further, she said that rather than missing the appointment, if my brother was late, they would go on ahead, and if he misses it, that is not her problem. I kind of get that. I couldn't believe or understand why she was so incensed, and neither could my parents. I thought that suggestion was a good idea. It would allow my sister to get married on Thursday like she wants to, without my brother's issues causing the appointment to be missed. Am I the asshole? I asked because I genuinely thought my parents made a good suggestion that would work well for everyone. Okay. Brother has ADHD, which means very likely other people in your family are neurodivergent. I would assume sister has a big problem with it because sister is autistic, has a plan she wants to do, and you're telling her 3 days before, or a little bit before that, change it. Completely change it. Go to a different registry office, go to a different restaurant. Don't plan anything, just turn up when we turn up. And even without, she's possibly autistic, she possibly needs to know what she's doing. Your brother's time blindness is not her problem if she has a plan of what she wants to do for her wedding day. She's getting married. She's getting married. She wants to go to this restaurant with you guys. You really can't, like, you guys can't set alarms for yourselves 30 minutes before you gotta leave and just harass the shit out of your brother? I have terrible time blindness, which a lot of my family does, which means we have waiting mode. What waiting mode is when you say, okay, I'm doing this thing in half an hour. You sit there doing nothing for half an hour because you don't want to miss it. Just bug him. Just bug the shit out of him. Get his ass ready early and then haul his ass out. Time blindness is where you very, very easily get distracted. So say you're on TikTok, feels like it's been 5 minutes, it's been 2 hours. Or, okay, I have to leave in 10 minutes, I'm gonna go do this thing. It's been 2 hours, you've missed it. Some people combat that with waiting mode, which is, I have something to do in 30 minutes, I can't do anything for 30 minutes because I have to make sure I'm there. You check your phone every 2 seconds to make sure that you haven't been sat there for 10 minutes and not realized it. Waiting mode is the most annoying shit you've ever seen. Pisses me off. If you are all aware of him being time blind, I feel like OP's the asshole in this one. If you guys, how old is the brother? Nobody's ages are listed. For them to be getting married, the person has to be like 20, right? Brother, youngest, probably around 15. Probably older than that. Y'all can bug the shit out of him to get him together on time. Like, it's annoying for you, but it's more annoying for the sister to have to deal with all that shit on her wedding day. OP, you just showed Reddit why some couples elope. Your sister's honest to all... How do you say that word? How do you say that? No, shut up, Opera. How do you say that? Deity? Honest to all deities. Is that just like honest to God? Why did you... What is it with people's writing in this and just being really weird? Whatever. Asked for the simplest possible wedding. Come to registry office, go out to dinner, and done. It cannot get simpler than that, and yet you expect them to alter that to accommodate your brother. Babes, it's Reddit. Yeah, but like... What are you doing? Come on, you're better than that. It's like honest to God, but with every religion. Yeah, but just say honest to God. I say honest to God. I don't believe in God. It's a saying, isn't it? It's like saying bless you when you sneeze. I say that to other people. When I sneeze, I say sneeze. Pip, how have you destroyed that box so much? Whatever. I was reading that. What if she wanted a full traditional wedding with timelines and zodiac signs and everything? Fuck you mean zodiac signs? I don't think that's part of a traditional wedding, my guy. How would that be included? Would you have asked her to stop time and planetary motion to accommodate your brother? And what do you mean by going into a walk-in registry office? Do you expect your sister to wait till your brother decides to show up? What if he's too late? Wedding cancelled. Literally, what if he's up and ready to go at 7 AM and she has to haul her ass out for that? What if he's not ready until 7 p.m. and they've been there since morning? When you have that kind of thing, you can't expect people to accommodate you, because if it is so bad that you need to build it around him, you can't build it around him. Also, time blindness is not a recognized health condition, SUGMA. It is considered as one of the signs of ADHD and not a major one. Depends on the person. I have time blindness and I've managed to find ways around it. Yep, waiting mode, shit ton of alarms, get someone else in your life to bug the shit out of you. I'm doing that on Saturday. If your brother has not, it essentially means that he has not been treated properly, as he expects everyone to accommodate him. Given your parents and your solution to your sister's wedding, that is very likely the case. Wait, he's been working and he's not got a job because of his time blindness, so I think that the brother's older than 17. I think he's like 19 or 20. If you really want to ensure that everyone is present at your sister's wedding, do the one actual decent thing you can. Bunk down with your brother, dunk a bucket of cold water on him on day of wedding, and frog march him to the bathroom. Don't let him take his phone to the toilet, then stand with a wooden hand fan till he gets ready and pull him by his ear to your sister's wedding. Exactly. That's so funny. Yeesh, I am a non-violent person and prefer to talk things over, but you have made me have violent thoughts. This way, we wouldn't have to miss their appointments because of my brother. It would allow my sister to get married on Thursday like she wants, without my brother's issue causing the appointment to be missed. Yes, the wedding being cancelled is exactly what OP and their parents expect, that if the bride and groom keep the current reservations and brother doesn't show up on time, the appointments will be missed and that there will be no wedding rather than just having the wedding without him. Yeah, if it's that bad, even if you can't haul his ass up, just have them go ahead, and when he gets his ass up, he joins you guys. Like, you can have a reservation for 7 people and have 6 turn up, and the 7th gets there late. Just, like, they're having lunch or tea. What's going on? Ugh, OP, you're the asshole. You and your friends are all ridiculous assholes who have done your brother a gigantic disservice in enabling him for this long, rather than helping him find the right tools he needs to successfully function in society. I don't fully agree with this part, purely as a neurodivergent person who has been very fucked over by society. But time blindness is one of the symptoms where it can be, there's a lot of options to try and help you with it. And even if you can't get help with it, you need to recognize it in yourself as, this is something that is your problem. Do not make it everyone else's. OP's the asshole. Anyone object to that? Definition, my throat is dying. Cool. I've seen this one already. Ooh, I want to watch this one. Watch. Read. So Xmas is coming, and my workplace is brimming with lights and ideas of who should hold the Christmas party this year. Since this is a small company, one small house would be enough. I happen to have a pool in my backyard and just invested in a barbecue. They all asked me if I could hold this party this year, and I said yes with 2 conditions. First, this will be an adult-only party, and second, we will have barbecue with prawns and other normal barbecue stuff. Meats are always welcome, everyone agreed, and some just asked if I could cook the prawns separately since they're allergic. No problem, I'm more than happy to assist with that, to make sure no one would go to the hospital. Slay. One coworker just came back from maternity leave last week after 6 months, and she was very adamant to come to the party. She sent an email to all of us asking if she could bring her 3 children with her to the party. One replied with the old email stating my conditions to host. She was not happy, to say the least. In the last few days, she has been talking to others, including the boss, and persuading them to talk to me, and they did. Good on you for not trying to kill someone, honestly. My boss asked me to be flexible, and because she just came back, we should not cut her out like that. She was there while we talked and asked me to baby-proof the house because her oldest child is suffering some type of illness that he cannot sit still. Do you know what that sounds like? ADHD. I'm kidding. And also, she is allergic to cats, so I should wipe the whole house of cat hair and lock them outside until the party is done. Put her on the barbecue. Put her on there, bro. She deserves it. According to her, if each one of us pay some attention to the children, there would be no problem. The youngest will stay by her side. Ma'am, they are not free babysitters. I straight up said no. Valid. I would not baby-proof the house, and I would never lock my cats outside for any reason. I told her and the boss that she should not join the party since there would be alcohol and a hot barbecue. Also, the pool would be dangerous to children without supervision. I made it clear that I agreed to hold the party because everyone agreed with my terms. If anyone is unhappy with that, they are more than welcome to hold the party at their place. I will not complain. She stormed out of the boss's office with tears in her eyes. Lol. I'm not that much of a cunt, I swear. Some people told me to keep the office peaceful by just going along with her demand only for a few hours. I refused. I really don't care if anyone decides to not show up that day. If there are less people, then more alcohol for me, no biggie. Slay. Now my boss decided to reevaluate the situation and send an email asking if anyone else volunteered to hold the party. I was not included in that email. I found out through a work friend. Oof. I did not say anything and ignored it. People have been replying by email to each other without me and no solution. Yesterday she came in with her baby and tried to show me, and I don't like any type of kid, so I asked her to leave my table and continue to work. She took offense and left for the whole day. Her workload fell back on us since we all thought she would come back, but as of right now, she comes and goes as she pleases because there would always be something with the babies. People are telling me to stop being an asshole and just give her what she wants, because being a mother of 3 is no small job and she deserves a break too. To be honest, I almost laugh out loud hearing that. Still, people insist I was the asshole in the situation, so am I the asshole? If you want to have a fun night out, do you know what you can do? You can fucking get childcare. Today we received this message from her because many asked for feedback. I will just put a screenshot here. I'm not asking for verdict, just an update. Like last, just because you wanted to be an eclair doesn't mean I gotta account for you 100%. It goes back to one of the ones from earlier, your kid, your problem. Legit. The Am I the Asshole sub does not allow pictures. I was about to post a screenshot, so I guess I will post the content of the email here. Names will be changed with XXX. I have not responded and don't have any intention to reply. I breathed wrong. Alright, chill here. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna burn up in here. Good Sunday to you. I think I should email you guys after church today to let you know about the current situation that we are all in. As you know, I've been asking to join the Christmas party, but some of you think it was a joke. I do want to come. I've been on leave for... What do you mean you think it was a joke? Nobody thought it was a joke. They just don't want your children there, babe. They're very different things. I've been on leave for so long, is it too much to ask for some free time to catch up with you guys? It's not free time though. You're asking them to be free childcare, baby-proof their house for you, and shut their pets outside. It's not very Christian of you! Good. To not help out a single mum, get childcare. To avoid any further confusion, I will hold the company Christmas party at my house. It is not big and does not have a pool. Why is the pool in quotation marks? But will be a great honor to have you all at my place for the party. You all know that I am the mum of 3 beautiful angels, blank, blank, and blank. I am not in a position to spend a lot of funds on a party. I'm asking all of you to find the love in your hearts to help us with cleaning up an hour before and after the party. I mean, that's not horrendous. Also, please bring your own dish to the party. We will all enjoy the variety of food from your country. We do have strict food guidelines. We will all enjoy a variety, but under strict guidelines. Baby proofing ain't the big issue for me. The thing is locking the cats out and deep cleaning my place for one person. Literally. Baby proofing, depending on how your house is set up, could be a pain in the ass, to be fair. But locking your pets outside and deep cleaning a house of cat hair? Do you understand how fucking annoyingly clingy cat hair is? That's not doable, babe. And then she also wants the kids over and for everyone to watch the children for her so she can have fun. Pay for childcare. As someone who has a husky, I get it. I do have strict food guidelines to make sure my angels don't get a bad experience. So please, no seafood, no junk food. We all want something that stem from loving hearts. Okay. She passed away in like March and I still find her hair sometimes. Bro, I still find fucking blue hair around my house. Blue hair. If she can't go somewhere without dragging her children everywhere, that's her problem. Don't show up to the party. No one's putting up with your shit. Literally. Blank really loves egg. Blank is good with steak. Motherfucker, you want them to bring steak? And blank will just have my godly mother milk for now. You did not just say godly mother milk. This is an email. This is an email to your whole fucking company. Can we just remember that for a second? She sent this to the place she works at, to everybody, in a fucking email. And she said godly mother milk. What the fuck? And before you say anything, I do know someone is already up for host, but I do think it is very selfish of you to make it so hard for a single mum like me to attend. Get childcare. It's not that hard, babe. But if some guy said bodacious baby batter, I'm like, no, stop, please, my soul. You don't know how hard it is to be a single mum at all. Before I last went into labor, I asked Laurie to have a short praying time where you would pray to God for Sunny's health, and I knew some did not do that. Some of them are not Christian, babe. You are not entitled for people to pray for you. What the fuck are you smoking, and can I have some? Because that shit sounds banging. Genuinely, pray for these nuts. Oh my god. Alright, I will be right back. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Fuck me. Alright. I did not ask for much, just 10 short minutes, but some of you refused because they're not Christian. I am so disappointed by the lack of hospitality we single moms should receive. You know my children will grow up and take care of y'all in the future. Why would they do that? Are you promising that your kids will look after everyone at your company in the future? They will work and their tax money comes back to take care of you in the future. I'm gonna go insane. Literally. I'm gonna go nuts. I'm gonna start fucking ripping my hair out in a minute. Spiky gets why that's funny. The younger generation are lacking of the moral compass to have children. No, we just don't like our parents. It's pretty fucking funny. Thank you. I know I'm hilarious. And that responsibility fell on us, Mum. What? Do you mean this, Mom? Like what? May God shine his love up your asshole. Thank you. Your mum. This will be the last update because I quit today. Slay. Feels bad, man, but goddamn. My coworker came to work at noon because one of her children was sick. She also had the youngest with her. She started by changing her diaper right on her desk. The stench left us nauseous. Someone told her we had a bathroom with baby changing stand. She ignored the person and proceeded with parading the child across the office while leaving a dirty diaper on her desk. Oh my god. I decided to tell her about it in case she did not notice. She told me again, a baby hater like me would not understand the joy of having babies and should not be fussy because it would be the closest for me to be near a baby. What? What? What the fuck? I need therapy. Nah. What the fuck? What the fuck? The only joy is no longer having to see this fucking bitch again after quitting. Literally. Holy crap. What the fuck? I'm gonna go insane. What the hell? What in the fuck? I told her about the diaper again and stated it was really hot and the air conditioning was on full blast. The smell spread through the office. It was just unbearable. We decided to move to the canteen outside. We can work remote as long as there is internet connection. Holy crap. When we came back about 2 hours later after receiving an email from our boss to go back to the office, she already cleaned up the mess, but of course her eyes were filled with tears. My boss was standing next to her, patting her on the back. Boss started telling us she filed a formal complaint. She felt discriminated and humiliated because everyone treated her like a disease or something. No one said a word but me. Literally, boo motherfucking who? What? I informed the boss about the incident that forced us to move out of the office. Boss was taken aback a bit, but still said we must understand the situation because, again, she is a single mum and it is hard for her. And instead of complaining, we should just help her with cleaning up. Everyone just looked at each other in confusion. I would throw hands. I asked why should we have to clean up after my colleague. Boss said this was a small company and people should treat each other like family. I lost my world. She cried again in the background with the baby yelling in the carriage. Someone said sorry to her. I did not. I just tried to get back to work. It quietened down for like 1 hour. Then I received an email about the boss would like to talk to me. When I walked in, she was already there. She told me she would like to talk about the hostile work environment that I created since a few weeks ago because of the Christmas party I was about to host, discriminated against her and her children. There are so many jokes I could make, but I don't want to make them yet. So because strict rules are made and she didn't follow them, they literally said when they agreed to it, only if people don't bring kids, and I think the other one was like, we're cooking shit on the barbecue. And then she made one with even stricter rules. Literally. I said everything was fine until she came back to work and she seemed to have a party where everyone had to follow her children to make sure they were okay. Boss did not say a word. She asked me how I could talk about her angels with such a hateful tone, and finally she told me she uninvited me from the party at her house and all. She also said she would file a restraining order to keep me away from her children. I laughed so hard, telling her it was not the first time. I told her to not bring children to the office. Boss proceeded with asking us to calm down and said no one approved the idea of going to her place and my house was still the destination of the party. According to the email that I was not included, no one wanted her to hold the party. That's so funny. Or because mummy can't go 5 fucking feet without her children. Please. They acknowledged it is only a few weeks to the holiday and venues were simply not up for grab. Boss's house is far away, like 1 hour drive, and her mum has dementia, so her house is not a good fit. The mum lost it. She decided it was a good time to tell me to go to hell and told me someday she hoped the cats would eat my flesh because I would die in the house and no one would know. Hostile work environment, motherfucker. What? I told her that was not very Christian of her. To wish death upon others. That's so funny. It was my bad since she uploaded a tirade of preaching words. I stood there. It was my bad since she unloaded a tirade of preaching words. I stood there trying to hold my laugh, but then the boss interfered. Boss said, we will reconsider the location to hold the party. She walked out of the room, picked up her kid, and left. This is where I got to the I quit part. Boss told me she was having a hard time because her children are having problems. The first one could not sit still. The second one was diagnosed with autism. And bringing her church did not solve the problem. No shit, Sherlock. Shit, man. If going to church would solve autism, I'd be a goddamn devout Christian. I'd stop fucking women if that cured my autism. Goddamn. That'd be great. Shit, man. Fucking hell. And now the father of the third one was proven to not be the father. Also, each of them has a different father. That sounds like more of a her issue than anyone else. I'm gonna be real. It was hilarious listening to my boss. I asked, what was those info got to do with me holding the party? Boss told me the coworker deserved more respect for being a mom of special needs children. Okay, so the one that can't sit still is ADHD. The one that is diagnosed with autism, obviously. What's the problem with the third one? The person I thought was their dad isn't their dad. That's not a problem with the kid. That's just, okay. If all of them have different dads anyway, why is that a surprise? And you're already a single mum. Like, that's not causing any problems. I don't get why that part is relevant. But you have an ADHD and an autistic kid, right? It's not that hard. I'm gonna be honest. ADHD and autistic kids are not that much of a pain in the ass. Give them something to entertain them. Find out what the ADHD kid is interested in. The autistic kid, so fucking what? They're just bad at communication. Teach them to communicate. Don't force them into situations they don't want to be. Learn about autism. It's not that fucking hard to have an autistic kid. If you know that your child is autistic early on, if you don't force them into situations that they can't deal with because they're autistic, if you're not a fucking religious loony, autistic kids aren't generally a massive issue. Especially when I'm pretty sure they're young enough to not be going to school. They're under 5, I think it said at some point. Fucking, they're a picky eater. That's the problem you have right now, is your child is a picky eater. It's not that fucking hard, bro. I think all of them having different dads and her still being single is very telling. That is actually, yeah. And you don't have childcare. You work here. You can throw a party. Could you not get like a cheap childcare? What is, okay, so she's not bringing all of her kids in with her, right? So she has to have childcare for them. Can she not put them in childcare for the party? Yeah, that is also a Christian thing. Is if you're gonna be so Christian that you're like, I can cure my child's autism with church. How do you have 3 kids with different fathers? How are you asking for people to pray for you? How are you so many religious stereotypes and yet you fucked enough men that you didn't know who someone's father was? Not slut shaming. I don't care. Sleep around as much as you want, but don't have conflicting values and make it everyone else's problem. Boss told me the coworker deserved more respect for being a mom of special needs children and that she didn't want to let the colleague go despite the fact she was there for half days every day from when she came back. Boss was scared that the financial burden would add more to coworker's stressful life and asked me again if I could rethink my decision to include her in the party. She's the one excluding herself from the party because she's asking for completely unreasonable accommodations. Other people have asked for reasonable accommodations, like, can you cook the fucking seafood separately so we don't die? He's like, yeah, sure. Can you deep clean your whole house, baby-proof your whole house, break one of the rules that you set when you agreed to hold this party, and lock your cats outside? No. The 8th ring of hell finally opened up and swallowed her whole, I hope. And there it was. I stood up, offered to shake her hand one last time, and said I quit. I did not wait, stepped outside, took my laptop and handed it to the IT guy, collected all my cat pics and walked out. That was the best feeling. I knew full well that I would struggle until I found a new job, but I could not stand this bullshit anymore. I wish my coworker the best working with this lady, and no party would be held at my house. Now I'm sipping wine and typing this long post. Cheer and happy whatever holidays it is to you all. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't even process everything that just fucking happened. What the fuck? Holy crap, man. Alright, I think I'm gonna read like one or two more. Jesus Christ. So anyway, this is why I have no faith in humanity. Completely understandable. My jeweler won't give me jewelry for— my jeweler husband won't give me jewelry for gifts. Am I the asshole for getting them for myself? I mean, from the title, you just kind of— your husband ain't buying you jewelry, so you're buying yourself jewelry. I don't— okay. My spouse and I are both jewelers. You'd think this would make gift giving easy. Wrong. For the past 5 or 6 months, I've been asking my spouse for a very specific necklace for my b-day and the holidays. Showed him photos, gave him the designer's contact info. Every time he'd ask, what do you want for your b-day? I'd say, that one necklace. Well, the day is almost here. Husband has 0 plans made for anything, and as for the necklace, he informed me he doesn't feel it makes an appropriate 50th birthday gift. What? We are literally jewelers. We make a living selling jewelry to be given as gifts. This is literally what we have done for decades. So it's appropriate for anyone, but just not me. That totally bizarre and bewildering statement aside, I got the necklace for myself after spouse confirmed he didn't buy it and didn't plan to. Now he's miffed I got it at all. He sneered when I told him I got it via trade. Remember, we're both jewelers, and he more or less scoffed. No congrats, no happy you finally got it, just a sneer and an eye roll. And a left-handed comment like, I don't even know why you like that necklace so much, I don't get it. It's the designer's #1 seller, by the way. So am I the asshole for getting myself the gift I really wanted? He wasn't going to do it, he went so far as to say it was an inappropriate gift. It's not, it's just a gold link chain, and I really truly want it. Why is he so mad? Not the asshole. I can't imagine staying over and over what you want and essentially being ignored and belittled each time. You made every excuse to not give it as a gift, and you finally responded correctly by buying it yourself. It very much seems for whatever reason he wasn't going to give it to you and did not want you to have it. Honestly though, if your description of his behavior is accurate, I wonder what is underlying this. It's strange behavior for a loving relationship, and it seems like something more is going on. If you want the marriage to be healthy and functional, I would think it's necessary to address the deeper issue. What the fuck? Ooh. I wanna watch this one. Watch? Why do I keep saying watch? Alright, this is the last one. Actually, can I... is there anyone I can raid? No? Lovely. I, 24M, and my girlfriend, 20F, have been together for 4 years. We met when I was 19 and she was 15. We started dating a year later, and she told me she was 18 when we met. So I thought she was only a year younger than me. She said she wasn't in contact with her family, so I didn't push her about meeting them. We really connected, and I was thinking about proposing. We were having a small get-together with a few friends, and she casually said, "I've been lying about my age this whole time, haha," and acted like it wasn't a big deal. I asked to speak with her, and she told me she was 15 when we met, and that I've been dating a minor. She thought it didn't matter since she's not a minor anymore. I told her I wanted to break up with her, and she asked why. She really did. I had to explain to her that she lied about her age, and I unknowingly dated a minor. If she lied about her age, what else is she lying about? I just don't know what to do. Yeah, handled it correctly. I will always have in the back of my mind, looking back on people, you can tell that they are younger, especially 15 to being 20. You can tell that they look a lot more grown up than when you guys met. But I also understand a lot of people assume that people are close to their age, and especially when she is straight up lying and saying that she is older. What the fuck? Not the asshole, but how did she manage to keep this a secret for so long? Was there never an instance where you guys had to be carded for an event or while out at a restaurant or something? She told me she doesn't drink and I don't either. We both don't like going out too much. It's crazy and unbelievable that she could actually keep it from me. It's the fact she was going to school and even graduated and was able to hide that shit from you. That's legit scary, because if she could hide that and also any friends you met of hers kept that shit a secret, then yeah, that's crazy. She had to jump through quite a few hoops to keep this charade up, showing a terrifying ability to manipulate. Okay, so I might be completely out of line here, but when I hear about people deceiving their significant other for so long about something so basic, I wonder what kind of relationship they had that even makes that a possible without comical lack of awareness and ridiculous levels of gullibility from the person being deceived. In 4 years, did he never have contact with her during school hours? Did he never meet family or go to her birthday party? She said that she didn't like family. Her friends were probably in on it because they thought it was cool she was dating an older guy. School hours is kind of valid, but if you can get like around that, maybe saying she's at work or something. Did he ever even talk to anyone that knew her? It's one thing lying and keeping it a secret herself, it's quite another if she literally had everyone else in her life do the same. If the answer to any of these questions is no, OP probably needs to reevaluate what a relationship looks like and what expectations he should have of his significant other. Yeah, that's fair. She could have dropped out. But yeah, fuck me. I was not expecting that, dude. Alright. Thank you to everyone who stuck around. Thank you for the conversation, Sparky, as always. And thank you for the people that chimed in. And yeah, I hope you guys have a really nice day, and see ya.